If he fights Usyk, Usyk will have him out there in less than 6 rounds. Because Usyk will make him work when he's not, when he don't want to work.
Different ballgame.
You know, Usyk is a beast. He has to be much fitter than he is right now.
Derek, do you think he can beat Usyk?
No, you won't beat Usyk.
What should he do next?
Take some time. Have a fight with Daniel.
Daniel Dubois?
Yeah, that's a fight for him. Him and Daniel.
But his greatest asset of all is he's a winner. He knows how to win. He knows how to win. He finds a way to win. I don't know if Magic can beat him. I don't know. I think he wears some garlic around his neck or something. I don't know.
I'm coming, baby. Here I am. Look, I'm not the guy you met 6, 7 odd years ago in Ukraine. I'm a bit of a different animal now, and I'm looking forward to meeting him in the ring.
There couldn't be anything more shocking than this. Derek Chisora, the man who's been Fabio Wardley's loudest supporter since day one, has now turned cautionary. In a stunning twist, Chisora has issued a bold warning to Wardley. Forget about fighting Usyk yet.
Yeah, look, very simple. I hope he's a man of his word and it comes off and we get the fight. I know it was mandated by the WBO, and I know him or his team at least came out not too long ago to say, look, they were keeping an eye on the fight and they were happy to take on the winner. So yeah, I believe him to be a man of his word as well. So yeah, 2026, hopefully we'll see Usyk.
Heavyweight veteran Derek Chisora, who's shared countless sparring sessions with Fabio Wardley, didn't hold back while giving his blunt assessment of the rising star's future. He applauded Wardley's recent breakout victory, saying he wasn't surprised at all, as he had long believed the young Brit possessed the skill and grit to overcome Joseph Parker.
I said it because I knew that this kid is tough as nails. I spar him and I hit him. He keeps coming back.
Chisora portrayed Wardley as a relentless warrior, a fighter who refuses to step back no matter how tough the blows get. He praised his courage, grit, and the kind of determination that keeps him pushing forward when others would fade. But when the question turned to whether Wardley could topple Oleksandr Usyk, Chisora's response was straight and unapologetically honest.
The heart Fabio Wardley showed in there, incredible.
Oh man, Fabio Wardley did amazing for himself and his family, and I called it from day one. Fabio wins it.
Chisora made it clear that Wardley needs to take his time. In his eyes, the British heavyweight still requires more experience, another major challenge, before sharing the ring with a master boxer like Usyk. He suggested that a matchup against Daniel Dubois would be the ideal next step before even thinking about taking on the Ukrainian champion.
Derek, do you think he can beat Usyk?
No, you won't beat Usyk.
What should he do next?
Take some time. Have a fight with Daniel.
Daniel Dubois?
Yeah, that's a fight for him. Him and Daniel.
Further breaking it down, Derek Chisora explained that facing Oleksandr Usyk requires both mental and physical perfection, something he believes Fabio Wardley hasn't yet achieved. According to Chisora, Usyk isn't just a skilled boxer, he's a beast, someone who breaks opponents not only with punches, but with pressure, rhythm, and relentless pace. He emphasized that Usyk trains specifically to exhaust and frustrate his rivals, turning every round into a mental war. Chisora even went as far as to predict that if this fight ever takes place, Usyk would throw Fabio out of the ring within 6 rounds.
If he fights Usyk, Usyk will have him out there in less than 6 rounds. Because Usyk will make him work when he's not, when he don't want to work.
Different ballgame.
You know, Usyk is a beast. He has to be much fitter than he is right now. You have to be fit. There's no boxing skills with Usyk. You have to be fit. You have to stay with him.
Mentally fit too.
Yeah.
When you say
most people.
Because Usyk drains you mentally, doesn't
you've got to
it?
be mentally fit. You can switch off mentally, or you might start overthinking.
Going on to lay out Oleksandr Usyk's strategy, Derek Chisora warned that trading punches with him at this stage could cause serious damage to Fabio Wardley. In his analysis, Usyk makes his opponents move constantly, forcing them to run longer and think harder, all while landing precise, calculated shots. He plays mind games in the ring, making you believe you've found your rhythm, and just when you feel comfortable enough to attack, he counters with powerful punches that hurt badly and completely break your momentum.
Most people don't think, they think, oh yeah, I want to go in there, I want to do this. No. He's making you move, making you work, making you think. You know, zapping your energy. You know, 1 minute he's here, next minute he's there. You know, he's blasting away. He keeps touching you. And the next minute, because usually what Alexander does is, He keeps touching you, but when he's touching, there's no power.
Teddy Atlas, one of boxing's most respected voices, recently broke down what could happen if Oleksandr Usyk and Fabio Wardley ever shared the ring. Speaking with the same precision that defined his coaching days, Atlas didn't just talk about power or speed. He talked about the deeper layers of fighting, the part of the sport that exists beyond the punches, inside the mind.
You know, I like Usyk not only because he's technically more solid and experienced in these areas and all that, but mentally, cerebrally. Usyk don't make mistakes. He don't make mistakes. You're not the kind of winner, historic, iconic. You're not that kind of winner that Usyk is, where you win the Olympics, where you win the cruiserweight title, where you consolidate all the cruiserweight titles, you wipe out the division, where you go up to heavyweight as a much smaller man, and you beat a big heavyweight champion in his own country.
Atlas highlighted the incredible journey, how Usyk cleared out the cruiserweight ranks, then moved up and beat a massive heavyweight champion in his own backyard, not once but twice. For Atlas, that isn't coincidence. That's consistency, focus, and a winner's mentality at the highest level. He sees Usyk not just as a technician, but as a man with an unshakable will. In Atlas's words, he's one of the greatest winners boxing has ever seen.
And then just to show you it wasn't a fluke, you do it again. I'm sorry, my friend. You don't do that unless you're smart, you're together mentally, and you're special. He's one of the greatest winners we've ever seen. His greatest asset, yeah, he's got great legs. Yeah, he's got great combination of good speed and good defense. But his greatest asset of all is he's a winner. He knows how to win. He knows how to win. He finds a way to win. I don't know if Magic can beat him.
Still, Atlas isn't one to completely shut the door on possibility. He acknowledged that Fabio Wardley carries something that always keeps fans hopeful, the puncher's chance. That one shot that can change everything in a heartbeat. According to Atlas, that's what makes fights like these so exciting. You can plan all you want, but boxing has that unpredictable spark.
I don't know, I think he wears some garlic around his neck or something. I don't know. I mean, I think he's got a special shield that blocks magic because he's got his own magic. That he's a winner. He exudes his own magic that he actually believes nobody can beat him. So it'll be awfully interesting. It'll be a hell of an atmosphere. I'm sure it'll be at the UK because that's where it makes the most sense, money-wise, as far as it being a huge fight.
From Atlas's perspective, it would all come down to one question that hangs over every fight involving a heavy hitter. Can the eraser show up? Can that one punch land clean? And while the answer is technically yes, Atlas made it clear that landing it on someone like Usyk is far easier said than done. That's where the debate begins. How realistic is Fabio Wardley's chance against someone like Oleksandr Usyk?
And yeah, it'll still be hanging in the air, the same thing. That can the eraser show itself at any time? And the answer is yeah, it can. And that's what people will be there to see.
Wardley no doubt has proven himself as one of Britain's most explosive heavyweights. He's shown the ability to take hits, stay calm under fire, and return with combinations that end fights. His rise has been built on momentum, hunger, and heart. But when it comes to facing a technician like Usyk, the fight changes completely. It's no longer about trading shots. It becomes a chess game.
I'm coming, baby. Here I am. Look, I'm not the guy you met 6-7 odd years ago in Ukraine. I'm a bit of a different animal now, and I'm looking forward to meeting him in the ring.
Will you knock out Oleksandr Usyk, Fabio?
Look, I proved I can take out anyone, and it ain't always going to be pretty, ain't always going to look the best, but I proved that I'm an anomaly. I'm something different. I'm unorthodox. I don't go about things in maybe the correct fashion of how you should, but ultimately, if I'm in the ring, I'm on my feet and there's breath in my lungs, I'm dangerous.
Usyk doesn't just throw punches. He sets traps. He controls distance. reads patterns, and manipulates rhythm until his opponent feels lost. Fighters who rush him quickly find themselves chasing shadows. That's what Derek Chisora had warned earlier too, that you can't simply go in and trade punches with Usyk. You have to be patient, composed, and mentally strong.
I think Joseph Parker will have woke up Sunday morning thinking, why did they take that shot? He's just give away and not by choice, by the way, he's had it taken away, but he was in a mandatory position to fight Usyk next. No matter what happened, he was next in line, and he's took a fight where Wardley, I think he felt that he could just get out of there, and it looked like most of the time in that fight that he could, and it's massively backfired.
Yeah, for me, you know, I think Parker's thrown it away. I mean, not only tactically for this fight, but like I say, I don't really think he had to fight Fabio Wardley.
He got greedy, didn't he?
Yeah, he probably thought to himself, you know what, I'll fight him. The guy can fight, and if I beat him, then it's going to boost my stock.
Do you think he could have underestimated him, Duke?
100% he's underestimated him.
For Wardley, that's where the real test would begin. He's powerful, but he's still young in experience compared to Usyk's long and decorated career. Usyk has been through pressure moments, championship rounds, and tactical wars. Wardley is still building toward that level.
So I'd like to echo the same sentiment as well, because look, Joe is a great guy, and I'd like to thank him as well for the opportunity, because he didn't have to take that fight. I think everyone knows that. He'd been on a great run, and he was edging his way towards Usyk. So again, credit to him as a man and as a fighter, as a boxer, because he is one hell of a competitor. And yeah, look, I'd happily welcome the rematch. It was a fantastic fight. It was a great fight. I think that's one thing. The controversy over the stoppage aside, no one came away from that fight saying it was boring or it wasn't intriguing, wasn't interesting. It had, like I say, ebbs and flows all the way through. It had everything in that sense. So yeah, look, we'll see how this Usyk thing plays out. We'll see how that all goes, but I'd be happy to rematch him.
The difference between the two lies in layers: experience, discipline, and adaptability. Usyk is like water. He changes form based on what's in front of him. Wardley, on the other hand, still relies more on explosiveness and timing. He's growing fast, but against Usyk, growth alone won't be enough.
You know what sort of smoke will come with in that rematch? That fight's always going to be big. That rematch, on my mind. Take a Fabio fight before I take a world title shot. Just if the contract gets sent to my lawyer, my agent, and it makes a lot of sense, then yeah, 100%. That's what we're doing. As a fighter, we don't shy away from no one. We say yes to everyone. I mean, I don't know about them actually. I keep saying it, but yeah, me, I say yes to everyone. So yeah, I swear to you, I don't give them enough thought, if that makes sense. You've got to focus on what's important. You see, when you're in your own lane, you don't focus about the other lanes unless they try to get in your lane. So until we cross paths is when I'll know. Heavyweights, man, is what people tune in for. People buying tickets to go there. People are buying tickets from the UK to fly over there. The least I could do is knock out my opponent.
What might help Wardley, however, is his unpredictability. He doesn't follow a traditional amateur background, and sometimes fighters like that can surprise purists with their raw instinct. He's athletic, fearless, and has knockout power that demands respect. If he can close the distance and make the fight messy, he might find small openings. But staying close to Usyk also means walking into danger, and that's where the balance becomes tricky.
Yeah, I thought it was going to happen. You know, it's not new news to me what Fabio Wardley can do. Got 100% belief that when Fabio gets anybody going, he's the best finisher in the world. You know, I felt he just mentally outdone Parker. Just out-toughed him mentally. And then got him out of there.
Many analysts believe Wardley's best chance lies in pressure. He can't allow Usyk to settle into his rhythm or feel comfortable circling on the outside. The moment Usyk gets time to think, he begins to dominate. Wardley would have to push him, make him uncomfortable, and take him to a place where his power and youth could matter. But doing that for 12 rounds against a tactician like Usyk is a mountain of a task.
Yeah. As long as he just keeps winning, he comes out the ring healthy, he's well compensated for what he does, and he's happy. That's all that really matters. Listen, the amount of abuse that I got this week, even racial abuse that I got in my DMs was out of this world. I've never experienced anything like that. I got so much abuse for my opinions, but I'm always going to back Fabio Wardley 110%, and he just proved why he's you know, the best heavyweight in the world, bar obviously Usyk, and that's the next challenge. The next challenge will be Oleksandr Usyk.
The physical difference could also play a part. Usyk may not be the biggest heavyweight, but his conditioning is elite. He moves constantly, never stands still, and by the middle rounds, his opponents often find themselves exhausted just trying to keep up. Wardley's stamina has looked good so far, but he's never faced a fighter who controls the pace as efficiently as Usyk does.
You know, I don't know how to really put it into words, but yeah, it does. Do you know what it is? It's especially when you're around the ring and you see, let's call it your opponent's team looking at you and they're smirking and they're saying stuff. But you know that the fight is not over. And he just does it again, and again and again and again. I was seeing a few people like leaving to try and, you know, probably go and get their trains early. You can never leave early, never think it's over. And Fabio showed that when Fabio was using his jab, he was all over Parker.
Then comes the mental side, something Atlas emphasized more than anything. Usyk is a master at breaking his opponents mentally. He keeps them guessing, frustrates them, and forces mistakes. Once that happens, he starts picking them apart. For Wardley, maintaining focus and composure would be critical. One lapse could change the entire fight.
Let's have a look. So Parker's on the ropes, tucking up. Little uppercuts for right hand misses. There's another 2-3 shots there. They've come together, a bit scrappy. Right hand lands there. Fabio's absolutely exhausted. Parker's still tucking up. 2 shots, 3 shots there. See, the problem there is a right hand, then a left hook, then a right hand. And all 3 shots really missed when Fabio Wardley was putting it on him. And Fabio had almost punched himself out. He was knackered, absolutely knackered. He pushes Parker. Well, Parker leans back on the ropes, guard up. It's like 2-3 big wings from Fabio. They look like little, impressively wings. Like if you're the referee stood this side, you're watching them thinking, oh, they're big, heavy, dangerous shots. But if you look, they don't land clean, do they? There's nothing lands. There's a right hand that lands. I'm still watching it again.
But it's also true that Wardley's career so far has been about defying odds. He's been doubted before, yet he keeps improving and proving himself with every fight. The leap from domestic success to facing a champion like Usyk would be enormous. But every era in boxing has seen a fighter who shocked the world. That's what keeps fans interested. That hope, that 1 in a million night where everything clicks.
Big uppercut miss, left hook scrapes his gloves, right hand misses, and the ref jumps in. Too early. He was tired. He may have just robbed Fabio Wardley there of a great stoppage, which is what I was saying with me and Groves. It stopped a bit too early. If the fight was going to carry on, I would have got the conclusive finish. Fabio Wardley may have just.
If Wardley could use his timing, stay aggressive, and cut off the ring early, he might test Usyk's defense. He would have to throw in combinations, not single shots, because Usyk reads one-punch fighters too easily. Wardley's jab would also need to be sharp, not necessarily to land clean every time, but to disrupt Usyk's rhythm and make him reset.
Jab.
Ali.
Power.
Foreman.
Chin.
Holyfield.
Speed.
Mayweather.
Footwork.
Usyk. Usyk / Lomachenko.
Ring IQ.
I picked the same person twice.
Yeah. I leave off.
There's also the emotional element. For Wardley, fighting someone like Usyk wouldn't just be another bout. It would be an opportunity to announce himself on the world stage, to prove that his name belongs among the best heavyweights in the world. For Usyk, it would be another chance to reinforce his dominance, to show that no matter who steps up, he still stands on top.
One of the generational talents, one of the best to ever do it, on all the marbles. There's nothing more I could ask for. There's nothing more I could want within this sport. So just like everything else that's led me here, all I've ever asked for is the opportunity, and I've got that. And I'm not planning on stopping here. I'm not planning on getting in the ring with Usyk and going, look, thanks for having me, and just rolling over. That's not what I'm about. I think you saw that tonight. So yeah, look, when that bell does go, me and Usyk do finally get in the ring, he's gonna have to work for it. Tell Usyk to turn up, give him the directions to Ipswich. I'll give him my postcode, he can come find me and we can do it in the garden, but I don't care. Like, as long as he's there, bring his belts, let's get this on.
In the end, it all comes down to one question. Can Fabio Wardley's raw power and hunger rewrite the story against a man like Oleksandr Usyk, who's built an entire legacy on perfection and composure? Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but fights like these remind the world why boxing never stops evolving. Because every generation brings someone bold enough to chase the impossible, and sometimes that's all it takes to create history. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in with Ring Rivalry, where real fights, real opinions, and real passion meet. The next clash is already on the horizon, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. So until then, stay tuned.